The Woody Show podcast broadcast.
Time for our pointless listener poll this morning.
The Woody Show pointless listener poll.
I'm just putting some funny finishing touches, on this text poll. I think we're ready to go. All right, so I came across a poll question in this magazine. I forget where I was reading, but thought it was pretty interesting.
Cosmo. Glamour.
No, it wasn't one of those. It was
Men's Health?
maybe it was Men's Health.
AskMen.com?
No, it was a magazine, so it was probably Men's Health. It was on an airplane. That's usually what I read on the plane. But it was saying, what would you rather be called? Obvious question for the ladies because, let's face it, guys don't care if someone calls them a slut. And if they're fat, they probably know it and own it. You know, so for the women, would you rather be called a slut or fat? What if someone called you a fat slut? Oh. Would that be the worst thing you could be called? All right, so that's the question for the ladies. For the guys, would you rather be called by a girl ugly or fat? Guys, calling another guy fat or whatever, again, you'll own that. But if it's a chick, you'll probably be way more sensitive to it. So if you're a guy, would you rather be called ugly or fat? You know, so is it harder to insult a man than it is to insult a woman? That's kind of the other question here. So I have the text poll set up. Just text ugly, fat, or slut, whichever one applies to you, over to 36105. Ladies, just text one of those words over. Would you rather be called slut or fat? And for the guys, would you rather be called fat or ugly? Just text it over to 36105. We'll get the results after we take your phone calls here. Let's start with Ravi. Ravi, would you rather be called slut or fat?
I'm called both with alarming regularity every day. But you can fix being fat. Once you're a slut, and there's no going back. So I'll say fat.
So once you're a slut, you're a slut. I mean, I agree with you.
You're a slut for life. Once you're a slut.
But playing the devil's advocate, what about the people who go, I used to be a slut. Yeah. I am not a slut anymore.
I don't agree with that at all. Once you're a slut, you're a slut. I don't care what's happened to you since.
So you're saying it's more along the lines of if you're an alcoholic, you're a recovering alcoholic, but you're never not an alcoholic for the rest of your life.
Always an alcoholic.
Yeah, clearly.
Right. You can't be like, I used to be an alcoholic. No, you're still an alcoholic. Now you're a recovering alcoholic.
You just don't drink anymore.
So if Phyllis Diller was a slut in college but hasn't had sex since, she's a slut?
Still a slut. And we all know about Phyllis Diller.
She's just an old slut.
She's a hell of a slut.
Phyllis Diller and Betty White used to double up on dudes.
Totally.
All right, so you're going with you'd rather be called fat over slut because you can fix fat, you can't fix slut.
Right.
All right, Menace, what do you say?
Definitely, this is an easy one, ugly, because you can always fix fat, man.
So you'd rather be ugly?
Or you can own fat too. I mean, you can rock fat. I rock fat every day. You know, that still gets mine, so it's all good.
All right,
but,
fair
if
enough.
you're ugly, it's kind of hard to fix ugly, or it costs a lot of money.
I think it depends. If you're a guy, you can get away with fat. Women can't get away with fat. Women can get away with ugly.
They can get away with ugly and fat. They can get away with anything. They can get away
and
slut and missing legs and arms. It doesn't matter. But if you're ugly, dude, you are screwed.
Well, because women care. They say, well, at least they pretend that they care about what's on the inside, not the physical appearance. But here was my initial thought on this. I'd almost rather be called ugly. But it would have to be because you have like a banging body, you know what I mean? Like you have to be like all ripped out and in total shape, and then maybe you could like land broads. All right, maybe he's not the best, in the face, but he's got it going on. He's got a kick-ass body or something like you could win that way, and it wouldn't even matter. It's kind of like a chick. You know what it is? This is the butterface argument. Everything's hot butterface, and if you're looking to sit there and have a face-to-face conversation, the butterface broad is not what you want. Right. If you're looking to, get laid, you just want to have some sex, butterface will do just fine because everything's hot.
But you're not marrying butterface.
Yeah, but the butterface thing doesn't work with guys.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. That's why I'm saying initially I went with ugly, but you have swayed me to fat.
Yeah. Oh, you've come back to fat.
I'm on the fat. Well, I've been on the fat train for quite a while. All right, again, just text what would you rather, ladies? Would you rather be called slut or fat? Just text one of those words, slut or fat, over to 36105. That's 36105. For the guys, would you rather be called ugly or fat? So text ugly or fat over to 36105. The results here in a second. Let's go to the phones. 415-478-LIVE, toll free 1-800-696-1053. And again, tell us why you're choosing one over the other. Sarah and Millbrae, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
What's happening?
I definitely agree with Ravy. You cannot unslut your vajayjay. If you're fat and you lose weight, there's evidence that you lost weight. Where's the evidence that you are no longer a slut? You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you would. I've seen.
Yeah, but what if you're
You've seen Born Again Sluts?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. What if you're not hanging around the same group of people who knew about your slut? Like, for example, like all your college friends and stuff. You're not around them anymore.
Only if you're married. If you're married, then I guess you're not a slut anymore. But if you're single and you're like, oh, I'm not a slut, how do you know?
Yeah,
if you were fat and you lost weight, you can tell you're not fat anymore.
Yes, but Raby says once a slut, always a slut.
Unless you're married, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. But what matters is what you know. So if you don't think you're a slut and somebody calls you a slut and you think to yourself, you know what, I'm not.
Yeah,
so that's what matters.
That's what I'm saying. Unless everybody around you knows, like, what a disgusting pig you are.
Yeah, those are the girls that are just fooling themselves.
Right.
Yeah,
But you can erase your pounds. If you're like 150, you can lose weight and become 100 pounds. If you've had sex with 22 guys, you can't erase.
Yeah, you can't erase wiener number 20.
Don't tell anybody.
All right, Sarah, thank you.
Kegels is going to do that.
Number 1 in Millbrae. Let's go to Ashley on line number 2 down in our favorite place, San Jose. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning.
Would you rather be called a slut or fat?
Slut.
Rather a slut. Now, why?
Well, because, I mean, really being fat, I mean, that's something that, yeah, you can change, but it's very, like someone can take it really personally and it could really affect their self-esteem. Or that's the same thing for slut, but slut at the same time, that's only what people, see you as. They don't know your personal life, only what other people have told you, so that could be true or not true.
That's the slut mantra right there, by the way.
Whatever you believe in your little heart, honey.
Yeah, that's the slut mantra. Like, you don't know me, all the bitches you see on Maury and whatever. You don't know me.
Don't know.
Meaning she is a slut.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Ashley, do you consider yourself to be a slut?
No.
No? What's your number?
I'm sorry?
What's your number?
Probably 9.
9.
And how old?
And how old are you?
I'm 23.
23.
Slut.
9. No, that's, that's fine.
See, but
It's active.
23.
It's active.
But no, I kind of
active.
understand what she's saying, though. I kind of get
Sure,
what she's
but it's
saying.
not slut.
Listen, I kind of get what she's saying, though, because
You're not a slut,
is
baby. Don't
more-
worry about it.
Slut She is is. more of an
No.
image, and it has to do with your actions. Like, for a guy, dude, ugly is ugly. You can see ugly. You can't see slut.
Right.
Yeah, but ugly is also arbitrary. Like, what's ugly to somebody is not ugly to somebody else. Like, for whatever reason, Jen seems to think I'm attractive. To her. Now, to the rest of the living world, I'm a hideous, disgusting, pudgy mess.
But Jen's had like some retinas come
Right, I'm
loose
just saying,
and
but
she can't see.
But to her, to Beth, you're adorable.
I know.
To us, it's like,
She lived in a country. She may have been kicked by a horse.
right?
Really, Beth?
Yeah. Ashley, thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you.
All right, suck it. Number 1 in San Jose. Let's go to Danielle. A lot of chicks calling in. Danielle Marin, would you rather be called a slut or fat?
Fat. I'm going to go with Ravy on this one for sure.
Yeah, you can't outbang your way from being a slut.
No, you can't unbang what you've done. But at the same token, if you can keep your mouth shut, and not, blabber.
Yeah, about what a professional you are in the sheets.
Or you just go on a lot of vacations and, anything banging out of your own zip code doesn't count.
Well, I think once you're a slut and you're one of those braggy sluts, like there was one of those at our wedding.
Oh, God.
Just one?
There's a few.
There were several.
Right, but I mean, there was a couple braggy sluts like talking about how great they are at foreplay or how great they are at this, that, the other thing, to random strangers who they had never met before.
To me, and I'm married, and my wife was sitting right next to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
and that's a slut. When
That
you
is a
hit on
slut
other
for
people's
sure.
boyfriends or husbands, man, that's just right there. You're labeled. That's just crazy.
Well, I think the
That's
number
not
one
cool.
quality of a slut is they can't control themselves, whether it's their what's between their legs or their mouth. So, maybe you're not doing things anymore, but you can't keep your mouth shut.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Or your
You're
legs
gonna
shut.
brag. Yeah, you're gonna brag.
Yeah. All right, Danielle, thank you.
I'm going with that. You guys,
All right.
suck it. Have a good day.
Number 1 for fat. Thank you.
Danielle made a
Number 1.
point, though. If you keep your mouth shut, you're a virgin.
Right.
That's true.
Jesus in Palo Alto on line number 4. Would you rather be called ugly or fat?
Ugly.
You'd rather go. Now, see why? I was originally on that train, but I jumped off after Menace's brilliant argument.
Yeah, I saw that. But the simple reason that you could, fat, I mean, everybody sees that you're fat. It's kind of hard to hide that you're fat. But when you're ugly, I mean, it's just a matter of opinion.
Yeah,
Somebody
all
could
right.
think you're...
See? Maybe I'm back on ugly.
What? See, dude, ugly's
is
ugly,
so
dude.
subjective because there's this girl that I went to high school with, and Greg can vouch more. She is heinous. She plays professional ladies tackle football, and she is seriously a monster, dude.
Just never found time to marry. Just too busy in her life.
She F's everything that moves.
Yeah, but dude, you can't use women as an argument because no matter what, they can get laid.
Yeah, true.
We're talking about guys being ugly. Ugly guys can't get laid like ugly women can get laid. That's the argument.
Well, I mean,
unless you're famous.
Well,
Yeah,
because if you have a fantastic person, like, dude, there's this guy I know, right? He's a radio DJ. His name's Tim Virgin.
He's a radio DJ.
He's a radio. No. Forget it. This guy. I mean, just being out, not even talking about radio or anything. I'm out with this guy, and it's like the most beautiful women throwing themselves at him because he's got this really great personality. He's a funny guy. You know, like women can see through that. Like they have this amazing ability to actually, I think, see the inner person.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We can't do that.
I look at the outer first.
Right. We can't get to the inner without going through the outer. And if we can't make it past the outer, there's no way we're seeing your inner.
Yeah, but is he hooking up with these chicks? Or is he just talking
Oh, yeah.
to them?
No, he's hooking up with them.
hell yeah.
Dude, this guy, more ass in the toilet seat. And I know that's like an old expression, but damn, it's true. It's true.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah. You know what? Jesus, I'm back on the ugly bandwagon.
Back to ugly.
I'm back to ugly.
You're crazy.
Right?
Thanks, man. Number one in Palo Alto. Because women will find attractiveness based on other things besides the way you look physically.
That's true.
Right. Wallet.
And then when it comes down to getting down,
You look so cute standing on top of that pile of money.
Right.
you look so cute
look so hot.
guarding that bridge.
By the
Troll.
ATM.
What are you saying? Bill Gates isn't attractive?
You looked really great in that Travelocity commercial. Gnome.
I loved you in Return of the Jedi, Jabba.
Lisa in San Jose on line 1. Would you rather be called slut or fat?
Well, neither is a nice name because it's usually said out of spite, but I'd rather be called a slut. And honestly, I've been called a slut since I was 13 and grew boobs. I wasn't a slut for the longest time, but after a while, you're doing the time already.
Right.
Fine.
Might as well be one.
Fine, I'll be a big slut.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun. It really is.
Yeah.
The shoe fits, wear it.
Holy crap. Now, a couple questions. How old are you?
I'm 34 now.
You're 34. And what's your number?
My number is, I don't give it out because then you might call. I'd rather be the one to get the number. Thank you very much.
No.
Your sex number,
sex
not
number,
your
like
phone
how-
number, dum-dum.
Like how many guys have you been with?
Honestly, I can't count, and I'll own that, and I've had a lot of freaking fun.
Here, give us a ballpark.
Double, probably triple digits at this point. I'm a popular
She
girl.
doesn't know.
Triple digits? So what does it take for a guy to sleep with you?
Yeah.
A pulse?
It's a couple different things. Sometimes it's my mood. If I feel horny, yeah, I'm on it. And there are sometimes, and if a guy's somewhere with a girl, and I'm sitting there minding my own business, looking the way I do, and then the girl starts giving me crap. Oh, yeah, I'm taking your boyfriend, because you know why? I'm a big slut, and you were just rude to me.
Yes! Dude, have you ever been paid for sex?
Have you ever been paid for sex?
No, except I had an ex-boyfriend that owed me money for the power bill, and I wouldn't let him screw me until I put money on the nightstand. So, yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, and also, ugly guys do get laid because there are sluts in the world. Hello.
Yeah, so, wow. I'm wow. I mean, I've heard about girls like you. I've never met any that quite as extreme as you are. So, all right, so you're at a bar. Are you out on the prowl? Like, are you hunting guys down yourself, or is it just a guy who has to approach you?
Oh my God, I'm way too lazy to hunt guys down. But if somebody approaches me and, they tickle my fancy or whatever, or again, they're sitting there and their girlfriends are looking at me like I'm the biggest douche, and all I'm doing is sitting there drinking a beer. Okay?
All right, so what does it take?
To me, I'm taking it.
All right, so what does it take to tickle your fancy though?
Yeah. Hello?
A hi.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Have a beer?
It depends. There's no pattern. I'm not consistent.
Like if a guy came up to you and said,
If I bought you a soccer ball, could I kick it with you?
For God, no. Most of the time they ruin it by speaking. Seriously, that does not work. No,
Can I ask you this question? Where do you hang out?
Where do I hang out?
yeah, like, what's your favorite watering hole?
It used to be this low little dive bar in Mountain View that doesn't anymore. So it's like I don't really hang out. I do a lot of rockabilly stuff. So,
Okay. And where will you be next weekend?
Yeah.
Are you
I'll be looking for you, sweetie.
are you rough looking?
No, not really.
Busted? Are you
I'm
weathered?
deceptively sweet looking.
Yeah.
Did you go to college? Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to college.
Waste of time.
Are you fat?
I'm about a size. I'm like Marilyn Monroe chubby. I'm about a size 14.
Okay.
Tattoos?
No tattoos. I'm too indecisive for that.
You smoke.
Do you have a bone through your nose?
What's that?
Do you have a bone through your nose?
No. I don't have any weird piercings. I don't have tattoos. I actually look like a very nice girl. It's all very deceptive.
All right. Wow.
You full-fledged slut.
Thanks for the call, Lisa. Number one in San Jose. All right, later.
I wonder if
She's even got that textbook slut name, Lisa.
Yeah.
I think she would have that problem that Britney Spears is having with her outfits.
Oh, where vagina falls apart.
Kind of just hangs out.
Looks like her lower waist threw up.
Let's go to one last call. Andrew in San Jose. Now, you can text your answer in over to 36105. For the ladies, would you rather be called slut or fat? Text it over to 36105. Just one of those words, slut or fat. For the guys, would you rather be called ugly or fat? Text one of those, ugly or fat, over to 36105. The results right after we talk to Andrew in San Jose. Good morning, Andrew.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So what is it for you?
Well, so I'd probably rather be called fat just because you can't really fix ugly, like everyone else is saying.
Right.
But I knew this girl in college, and first 2 years of college, she was a complete slut. I remember one story. She was going downtown for a night out and drinking with her friends.
Yep.
And they called a cab. And she sat in the back of the cab with the boobs hanging out so they could get a free cab ride.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then junior year of college, she met this guy, did a complete 180, found Jesus, and started, she wouldn't swear at all.
Wow.
She got really weird when we talked about sex or anything.
Yes, but here's the thing. Yeah, I guess here's the argument, is that when you think about this girl, you don't think about that. You think about the time she had her boobs out in the back of the cab trying to get a free cab ride.
That's not true. See, I think about her when she wasn't a slut.
Jesus ain't your first thought.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, man. Thanks for the call. We're number one in San Jose.
Hey, take it easy.
All right, thanks, man.
The results are in. The Woody Show's Pointless Listener Poll.
All right, so I broke it out this way. I put slut and ugly into the same category here. So the people who texted slut and ugly over to 36105 make up for 53.5% of the vote. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got that backwards. It's the B. The way I had to organize it's a little weird. All right, so I'm sorry. People would much rather be called fat, but 53.5% of the vote. The sluts and uglies took 46.9% of the vote. So
very close.
Yeah, so it was close, but fat does come out the winner.
Listen live weekday mornings 6 to 10.